Hi guys, very quick, I'm gonna film you a video on flour tortillas. This is just the recipe that I like. There's a couple of recipes, mostly all ladies that I've known don't even follow a recipe. They just throw things together in a bowl and they have tortillas like magic. But this is just the recipe that I enjoy. So we're gonna have 250 grams of flour. I am using bread flour, but it's totally okay if you use AP. 50 grams of fat. In this case, I'm using Shortening, this brand, because I think it gives the most authentic flavor. But I mean, if you make them with butter, they come out amazing as well. And then we have 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, and then a teaspoon of baking powder, and 3/4 of a cup of hot water. It has to be hot. If you try to mix this with just room temperature water, or even worse, cold, it's not gonna work as nice. All right, and we're just gonna combine everything together. If you want to mix the rice a little bit with your other rice, that's fine. And we're just gonna make a dough in the middle. We're gonna pour the water and we're gonna start to mix. And we're just gonna go ahead and mind the water, it's hot, right? We're just gonna start to mix it by hand. Can you make this recipe in the KitchenAid or in a mixer so it goes faster? Yeah, you can. I just like and enjoy doing it by hand, but you're not gonna go crazy with it if you do mix it in the KitchenAid. Probably with 1-2 minutes and speed 1 or stir should be more than enough. You're not trying to develop crazy gluten, or you're not trying to develop crazy gluten. Otherwise, if you do so, your tortillas are just gonna shrink back kind of bad. You're gonna have a hard time trying to stretch them and roll them. All right, so now it has come all together. Have some of that, and I'm just gonna knead it for, again, just like doing it by hand, so like half a minute or so. I'm gonna that should be more than enough. You're not trying to pass a window pane test. You're not trying to develop so much gluten. Actually, if you see, like, it's gonna tear. All right, so it's still gonna tear. There's not a lot of gluten there, but it should be more than enough. So now the next step is just to cover it up, leave it resting for 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. That way, you're good to stretch them. If you try to go and stretch them right after you have kneaded, your tortillas are just gonna shrink back, right? Which is no good, right? So 15 to 20 minutes resting. Once it has rested a couple of minutes, I'm gonna take it out and we're gonna divide it. Of course, you can weigh them. I typically just get portions like that. If you want me to weigh them, this one's a little bit big. So it's about 50 grams each. Perfect. yeah, so you divide it all. And we're gonna go to the stretching. All right, so for the stretching, you might need a little bit of flour. You might not, you don't need a lot. So you have your round. This is probably not a good rolling pin for it, but it's all I have. So you have to stretch and turn it around, otherwise you're gonna end up with square tortillas, okay? So you notice it's not as perfect. So I do try to like fix the shape a little bit, but if you see, it's almost see-through. It is thin. If you make them too thick, well, I mean, if that's how you like them, right? But so now that we have our tortilla, notice how it's very thin. You can see, can kind of notice my fingers. Our comal, it is on, it's hot, but it's medium hot. If you have it too hot, as soon as you put them in, they're gonna get a lot of color. They're gonna start to burn before they're even cooked. All right, so you want medium high heat, just medium heat. All right, and you're gonna notice how it's gonna start to bubble up. I know some ladies like to press down the bubbles. I just flip them. Right, and while this is, I'm gonna just start doing another one.